Mismong si Pangulong Marcos nagulat nang biglang sabihin ng mga senador itigil ang giyera ng China at Pilipinas. Base sa balitang kumakalat, gulat ang Pangulong Marcos nang biglang pigilan ng mga senador ang paggamit ng Warship ng Pilipinas. Ayon kay Senator Win Gatchalian, malaking tsansang papasok ng Pilipinas sa giyera pag pinadala ng Pinas ang Warship kontra People's Republic of China. Kaya pigilan ang galit ng Pinas, gawin ng back channeling bago humantong lahat sa giyera.
Pag nagpadala tayo ng gray ships, there's a big chance na magkakagera. Because gray ships is Navy na ito. If you notice, if we are only sending our civilian ships through the Philippine Coast Guard because our country, we don't want to escalate the situation. Kaya I would like to see a singular voice that will echo the sentiments and the position of the government. Now, having said that, yung mga lumalabas sa media, pero may nare-resolve ba? Kasi itong ganitong sitwasyon, lahat tayo nagagalit, no? At pag nagagalit tayo, wala tayong nakikitang solusyon, no? Pero hindi rin maganda yan in the short term and in the long term. Back channeling is another diplomatic mechanism wherein there is frank and there is ways forward that can be resolved without a lot of external comments. Walang normal dialogue right now. Everything is in front of media, no? So alam mo, pag nag-negotiate tapos andyan media, pagalingan tayo no? Patigasan tayo no? But if you do back channeling without external pressure, then we can be more frank and more open and also more personal on that note, no? And I believe we can resolve many things by just talking quietly.
Pero babala ni J. Batong Bakal, hindi siya tiwala sa mga Chinong makikipag-usap ng maayos ang China, lalo pa sa paningin nila tama ang mga Chino at nasa mali ang Pilipinas. Kasunod ito ng binitawang babala ni Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi kay DFA Enrique Manalo.
When you do engage in diplomacy, when you do face them at the negotiating table, is there, number one, sincerity and confidence, no? And second is there parity, no? May kumbaga patas ba yung dalawang partido pag nag-uusap sila? Parang tinatratong Pilipinas na hindi niya kapantay, no? Parang dapat nasa ilalim lang niya, no? So kailangan ganun yung aalalahanin natin na pag sinasabi ng China na tayo may kasalanan, ang kasalanan natin pinaninindigan natin yung tama at pinaninindigan natin ang batas.
Pero buwelta ni Secretary Gibo sa China, sila lang ang naniniwala tama ang pinagsasabi ng mga Chino at nasa mali daw ang Pilipinas. Pero bakit pumapanig sa ating lahat ng bansa? Walang panig sa mga Chino. Wala kasing naniniwala sa China.
They are the only ones. Sila lang ang naniniwala sa propaganda nila. Wala ni isang bansa sa mundo na sumasang-ayon sa kanila. Hindi lang nagsasalita ng ibang mga bansa. On the contrary, ang daming bansa na tumutuligsa at kinukundina ang ginagawa ng China sa West Philippine Sea at saka sa South China Sea. O sa panig naman ng Pilipinas, may isang bansa walang umuna o tumuligsa sa ating pangangalaga ng ating mga karapatan sa karagatan sa West Philippine Sea kung hindi China. So itong mga sinasabi nila na the Philippines will take its toll, sabay bilateral, sabay kahit na anong alyansa ang gagawin ninyo, walang mangyayari at kayo rin ang mangangawawa. Ito ay talagang taktika na nila kasi alam na natin na nahihirapan na rin sila sa buong mundo, numero uno, sa kredibilidad nila dahil pinalalabas mo nila na sila ay very peaceful, peace-loving, magandang intensyon. Katulad po noong 1995, sa Mischief Reef, naglagay sila ng mga structures na basic doon para daw sa mangingisda. Ngayon, artificial island na may runway na may militar na doon. So, sila na lang ang naniniwala at mga tao nila na brainwash naman dahil walang malayang pamamahayag sa China at walang may layang mamahayag na katotohanan doon, hindi makukulong unless na pinapayagan nila.
Pero even
so
after,
they are the only one.
even after
that believe their own propaganda.
even after all of those statements that they made, China still maintains it's not closing its doors to a dialogue with the Philippines. So I guess the question is a dialogue with China at this point still beneficial for the Philippines?
Well, it depends on what the dialogue contains or what the dialogue is based on. If they want a dialogue, but they claim indisputable sovereignty over the whole of the South China Sea, they do not respect UNCLOS, or which they pretend to. They do not respect the legal principles of the arbitral tribunal, which other countries respect. And they will stick to their version of history, claiming sea without relation to coastal areas. Then, what kind of bilateral talks or dialogues can we expect? So, absent that, it is a delaying tactic on
Okay.
their part. That is my view. Now, I do not know on the part of the other agencies of government if there is a framework
Well, President.
for bilateral talks.
Well-
But on my end, there is none.
Okay. Well, the president.
There is no defense minister.
Okay.
I have no counterpart in China whatsoever. I do not see the need for defense to defense talks with China now.
All right. Well, President Marcos said that there is a need for a change in strategy in addressing issues in the West Philippine Sea. So, what kind of direction are we taking?
Well, we are taking a more self-reliant basis in protecting our EEZ. Okay, a lot of people say we're relying too much on this country A, country B. Common sense says a country will not join you in an alliance if it does not see that you're willing to shoulder some of the burdens yourself.
Okay.
Now, because of the willingness of the Philippines to stand up unyieldingly and to devote resources, taxpayers' money, for the effort against China, then it adds credence to our position. And okay, for the other countries, they have different interests. Sometimes it's freedom of navigation and sea lanes of communication, supply chains. But for the Philippines, we are a small country, small landmass, a growing population. We need the EEZ in the way we want, and the law, the UNCLOS, allows us to use it in order to shepherd our resources for the future generations. So it is existential for the future of the Philippines.
All right, but what
And that goes for 5 archipelagic countries in the world, 4+1.
So what about the new strategy in the West Philippine Sea? I know this was discussed by the National Task Force. When can this be presented to President Marcos?
It will be presented soon, but as the strategy is concretized into a working strategy, a documented strategy, we are already working towards a paradigm. There is a paradigm shift, definitely. And on the defense side, we are already taking the initiative with the comprehensive archipelagic defense concept. And what is important is that we have a goal. The goal is to project our authority over the whole of the EEZ and other areas where we have jurisdiction. How can you treat somebody a friend? We treat everybody as a friend just as long as they don't take what is ours.
All right, thank you very much,
The
Defense.
President said we are jealous of what we have.
Ngayon, ikaw bilang Pilipino, ano ang masasabi mo at reaksyon sa balitang ito? Mag-iwan ka ng komento sa ibaba at atin pong babasahin isa-isa.